All right, welcome into the Bobby Carpenter Show. Excited to be here, and we've got our guy Steele, who's honestly he's a correspondent right here on down in the locker room right there now, man. What's it like down there, Steele, before practice?
It's I got good vibes all around. Currently trying to fight for White Boy Wednesday playlist today, but yeah, it's gonna be good practice.
Okay, explain to us what White Boy Wednesday is. I mean, I've heard of this. It wasn't a thing when I was in the league. I've heard it kind of reported now. What do we get going on?
Well, through most of the week, usually they're playing different rap songs, which I'm not very accustomed to. So some of the white guys they try to fight for maybe a little more country, like on Wednesdays, or maybe even like a country Thursdays. So basically, more country today.
Are you getting any '80s playlists? Any '80s music going on in there? I mean, can you fight for any of that?
Baby steps, man. And in a
Baby
couple weeks,
steps.
maybe, but for baby steps. If you ask for '80s music right now, they're gonna look at you like you're an alien.
So what's the oldest dude on your team? You can't get an older guy to maybe even get some like mid '90s going on in there.
Maybe I think we got a dude who's might be like pushing 30, so that's a possibility. But again, you'll take whatever wins you can. If they play any sort of Zach Top or Chris Stapleton today, I take it as a win.
Okay, so that's what you're lobbying for right there. Is this the first day of practice?
That's the third day. Actually, right now they're playing Latin music, so that's pretty sweet.
All right,
But yeah,
third day of practice.
third. Mhm.
How do we physically feel now? Usually a little sore at the beginning of camp.
Right now, feeling fantastic.
Has this all been acclimation, or have we had shoulder pads on for 3 days? Like we've been hitting it
Today's
all.
today's today's the first day of shoulder pads, but I mean, you kind of know it. Shells and shoulder pads. If you're not full pads, it's almost the same, depending on like how much you guys get after it.
All right. So is this a pretty physical? Do you feel like it'll be a pretty physical situation, or are we just chilling? Like, has it been more? How does your coach? You guys like to? Who's your head coach, by the way, and how much do you think he actually likes to bang in practice?
Coach Dan, he used to be a quarterbacks coach for the Falcons, but I think we're going to be banging because we got a bunch of former Ravens guys as our defensive coach. Overall, I think they're going to do a good job taking care of us. But I'm excited. We're going to be able to bang a little more today, but overall, they'll be pretty chill, I think, for the most part.
All right. Well, that's a good deal, man. Well, we're pumped that you could hop on here for a little bit. Give us a couple nuggets here. Normally Wednesdays we have AJ on, but he was on the boat with me, and the week before he had to get his sick daughter. He's on with McAfee today. They went live at noon. He started at 12, so a little bit different. We were running around, getting back from the cruise. Any other wisdom you want to embark before you? I know you got to get out and get rolling here for practice.
Go USA.
Go USA.
America.
There we go.
That's all I got.
All right, that's our guy, Mr. Steele Chambers, doing a great job there. Steele, we'll let you get out of here, man. You got to get ready, rolling around. We don't need to see any naked dudes popping around up. You know, who knows what's going on in the background there.
Yeah, there's a couple around. I won't show nobody.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, keep that off for the folks. But you have a good one, man. We will catch up here again tomorrow.
Awesome. See you, Bob.
All right, that is our guy, Mr. Steele Chambers. They're trying to work through some things. We've got some different, everybody's got their commitments and everything that's going on, and usually we're on at 12:30 on Wednesdays. And AJ hops on with us, and that's why we do 12:30, so we can just kind of jump right on prior to being on his appearance with Pat. And when I was texting him last night, I did not realize that, hey, they're going to be live in Indy, and that he was on with them at 12, so he's been a part of it that whole time. So he's been a little busy with that. So Steele had practice today, and they're going to get going in there. So we're going to be working through some scheduling things and trying to figure out the best that we can with him and what that's going to look like moving forward. But we do have the NFL Combine that is rolling, and we'll start talking about some of the guys that are there. But it is awesome. Some of the scouts and coaches, look at these text messages. And one of my boys out there, Albert Breer, he's always on site, and he'll give me the little nuggets and the things that are ultimately, happening and what's going on out there. But I got a couple texts about some of the linebackers. They were having some of their meetings. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles from a couple different teams, people that I know that I feel pretty good about. And, it's just interesting because what people's perception of them is. And I've known especially Sonny for a long time. So that's great. But Arvell, got to know him pretty well over his 3 years here at Ohio State. But what people kind of think about them from the outside, because I always knew that these guys are elite, high-level human beings. One of the texts came in, though, said meeting with Arvell and Sonny. They're no Carpenter and Hawk, but they're pretty good. And then one of my other buddies that was down there said Sonny Styles. He goes, I take him number 2 overall. But that's because he's a defensive coach, and he's leaning all in on that. So it's great to kind of see those guys and the success they're having, hear some of those echoes. And so we'll be tracking that as the week goes on and what they're able to bring to the table with the combine, listening to the other guys that go there and how they ultimately are going to perform. Maybe I'll even try to get our guy Anthony Schlegel to pop on again. He's going to be out there in Indy testing some of his stuff with the difference and some of the partnerships that he has. They've been working to put that in with, it's got a force plate now. And so they measure the impact, the force, if you will, that's ultimately going to bring to the table. And so they're using that as one of the other metrics as they look at guys and how explosive they are. And you measure all these different variables in a human being and what their measurables ultimately look like. And then you build these tables of what you want your player to look like at any given position based upon historical data. And so now they're trying to add some new stuff in here that's a little bit different. So he'll be out there testing and exploring some of that. And so I'm sure he'll try to meet up and talk to some of the players with everything there. We've got lots of content coming today from the combine. Our guy Nick is going to be up there. He's talking to Arvell, Sonny, and K-Mac as the outside, as the linebackers and D-line, I believe, are going to be available today from up there or over there from their Indianapolis. So pretty exciting to see that and to watch those guys perform. Excited when they start doing the lights, the show at night. That's always a fun time. I think they've changed up when guys go, how they perform and what is going on there. So a lot of different stuff that is going to be happening. We got a nice little show today. There's some rule changes that might be coming in college football. Mel Kiper's got his latest mock draft that we'll get into as well with that, and then any other combine news, notes, and nuggets that as well. But and then also got my Ohio State. Let me see if I can find this email in my email. It's Ohio State. I think I flagged it so that I wouldn't make sure I lose it. Yes, here we go. This came to me February 23rd. So what is that? 2 days ago now on Monday. I was a little behind on my emails. Ohio State 2026 football season ticket information. On behalf of the Department of Athletics, we want to thank you for being a loyal Ohio State football season ticket holder. This email is to remind you your season ticket invoice for the 2026 Ohio State football season is available for renewal. Your invoice will include all your season tickets and any applicable per-seat fees. Be sure to read all the information and renew your Ohio State football season tickets for the 2026 season by, and this is an important note, at least for my window, Monday, March 2nd. So I've got a little bit of time, a 4 p.m. deadline, not a 5, not a midnight. It's end of, I guess, university office. The ticket office will be providing various payment plan options in order to give you season ticket holders the opportunity to extend their payment for up to 7 months. Please note, should you have resale credit on your Ohio State Buckeyes ticket account from sale of tickets from previous seasons, that amount will be directly applied before your second payment plan is installed. So it goes there. Like I might even go on with this because we got some good stuff. Pat, why'd you type Matty P in the chat? Oh, we're going to get to that too, about his announcement. If you've got that, we'll get to that next. That'll be big. We'll get to the Matt Patricia announcement. Pat, if you can find that on whether it's his Instagram, his Twitter. I think I put it in the chat. I don't know if I put it in the doc yet. But Matty P, our guy Matt Patricia, taking it straight to social media. Ross Bjork made some comments, I think, earlier this week Ryan Day talked about it, but everybody wanted to know, when is it going to be official? Ohio State always issues press releases, but I'll tell you, if you want to know something's going to be official, people are back. You talk to their bosses. Well, the guys that writes the checks, or at least authorizes them, is Ross Bjork, and then the guy who makes the hiring decisions, well, that's ultimately Mr. Ryan Day. So we'll listen to what Matt says. He's got some great stuff that we can dive into, and I think it really speaks to kind of who he is as a person and how he feels about this program and how much he really cares about it. But listen, got a message from our friends at FanDuel. If you ever want to go to the NBA Finals, well, now's your chance. Courtesy of FanDuel, all you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered to win a shot at the NBA Finals trip for two. NBA futures lets you lock in your pick for who you think will go all the way, whether it's a team to win the championship or even a conference title. Visit FanDuel.com/bigplay to get started. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 older and present in Ohio, 21 older and present in Pennsylvania. No purchase necessary. Limit one per entry. For profit boost token, opt-in required. Must apply. Profit boost token on select market. Restrictions apply. See full terms, including methods of entry, at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Hopefully my guy, producer Pat, has the Matty P announcement. We'll get to that here coming up next. I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad. It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American, and so can you. Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer. All right, we talked about Matty P. We're going to get right to it here. It's been rumored, everybody was saying, does he have a contract in front of him? Has he signed the contract? Is he coming back? The extension, yes. I think that has been confirmed now. And so, you know what? Instead of me telling you about it, I'll go straight to the horse's mouth. We got it, Pat. We can pull up the Matt Patricia. Look at him, that nice little beard tapered down. Let's hear what he has to say.
Buckeye Nation, so excited to just share the news that I've extended my contract. We will be staying in Columbus. I'm so appreciative of all your support. The fans have been unbelievable. Certainly thank you to Coach Day and his trust in me with the defense, our athletic director, Ross, his staff, our coaching department, all the players. Just so thankful to be here. We love Columbus. We love the Buckeyes. We're going to work tirelessly to continue to build the defense and go out and defend the shoe. So we're excited to get back at it, and certainly looking forward to next year, but just want to express my gratitude and appreciation for Buckeye Nation and how much you mean to us, and we're just excited to be here.
Gosh, love Matt Patricia. You love the passion that he shows. And not only is he a really good coach, but his ability to connect to the players. And this is what's been awesome, is the 180-degree turn that, you know, some or many of the members of the media made when they were not all that excited about the Matt Patricia hire. He comes in here, lights the world on fire, and then all of a sudden everything looks really good and things are improving in a huge way. And now all of a sudden it's awesome. And we love Matt. And you know why? Because when you talk to the guy, he's extremely easy to connect to. He is very genuine. He is very authentic. And he is excited to be here in Columbus. I think there's things about the college game that maybe that grind a lot of people. But I know that, you know, there was opportunities that were out there. There were things that were presented to him. But I know he wanted to be very selective in what he ultimately chose, because when you've been in the NFL, even heck, when you've been in college, you realize there's places that if you have your choice, and it's like this in any line of work, if you have your option, you have your choice, you don't necessarily just take a job because maybe it's a little more money or maybe it's this or that. Like, you take jobs you know you can have success with and jobs you know you can win. You can win at Ohio State. You have success at Ohio State. Do you enjoy where you work? Said this. Yeah. I think Matt likes working here. I think he likes living in Columbus. I think his family feels pretty good here. There's a stability element when you have kids that are early high school, middle school, elementary age, like they kind of have friends, they're locked in, and you want to try to give them the most normalish experience you can. And so it's a big deal. It's a big deal for him to be a part of this, to stay here, be in the fabric, the community of Columbus. I think he has been embraced now by the Columbus and Central Ohio community. And I think that he was really grateful and appreciative of it. And I don't know that can be understated. So I'm very excited for him to be returning. I mean, a little heads up. I mean, I maybe had an idea that was going to be happening before, or that it was further along the line than it was. But there's things you don't necessarily tell until they're ready to be told. I always thought Ohio State was going to issue something, or maybe Ryan would say something. Well, Ross was the one that said it. And then so Matt, in turn, when people start asking, well, it's time to put the notice out there that we're going to be back and we're excited to be here. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited for Matt Patricia to return. I'm excited to see his defense next year. We can talk a lot about it, and we can get into all that. Just some high-level points about what I think is going to be really interesting and what some of the things that are going to be great with it. Whenever you come into a place, especially when you come into a place where they've won and been successful, you want to make sure that everybody's buying into what you're doing. And especially if you've had success, just ripping everything up and coming in like a bull in a china shop isn't necessarily the best way to go. And I think Matt understood that. So, hey, what were they doing that was really successful? Things that, I can find a way to blend into what we're doing. And instead of just completely changing it all over, because those players feel good, they were obviously doing some really good things in the scheme they were in with Jim Knowles. Is there any congruency? Is there any ways that we can kind of build off of that? And so Matt Patricia did that. As the season went on, you kind of tinker and you tweak with it a little bit. I know everybody wanted to see some odd front stuff, whether 3 down, 5 down, some things like that. And I think that was really exciting. And that was a lot of fun to watch and to be a part of. And so he did that. It was always the thing with Jim Knowles that, we really haven't done a lot of that in a while, where we've had that position flexibility and versatility. And some of the guys have had it. They just didn't really necessarily build it into the scheme the way that they could utilize it. And if you have guys that have unique talents and gifts, well, then sometimes you want to kind of lean into those a little bit more and be able to utilize that. And so we saw that last year and last season, Matt Patricia. And part of it is you had 2 guys, with Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, that were very flexible. They could do some things. Caleb Downs gave you some back-end flexibility. I think Caden Curry also gave you some flexibility up front, because you saw that guy play everything from like a 9 technique on the outside to inside defensive end. Heck, I even saw him playing, 3 technique or all the way down and on the center sometimes. And so when you have guys that can do all of those different things, that's pretty great. And one of the guys, like I said, Sonny Styles, who's over in Indy, who's training right now, who probably because of Matt, and he's a better player because of Matt and James and development, but also the scheme that lets people show off what you can do. That adds value to you and allows you to be looked at maybe in a different way. People don't have to project as much of what you can do. They've seen it on film, and they've seen it, a little bit bigger deals. Pat, I'd like to get that audio this segment if we could, with Sonny Styles. You know what? We're going to take a break. We'll take a quick break with the Sonny Styles audio on what playing with Matt Patricia and how that impacted him and meant to him coming back. But first, a message from our friends over at XSport. Parents, athletes, protect what matters most with XSport mouth guards, trusted by professional athletes, designed by NHL team dentists. XSport mouth guards are scientifically tested to absorb those high-impact hits, protecting both your teeth and your brain. They feature 3 layers of advanced protection, including a patented use of carbon fiber. They custom print that bad boy right to your own grill for more protection, max performance, clear and max comfort and clear communication. So you can focus on your game, not your gear. Don't take chances with your safety. Visit exportguards.com today and save 15% on your order. XSport, protect what matters most. Get some audio with Sonny Styles coming up next.
Every winning play starts somewhere. For you, it could be with us. At Smart Choice Bash, we bring the showroom to you with no pressure and no long sale pitches. Just real options that fit your home and budget. This is your opportunity to have the bathroom of your dreams. Right now, you can get $1,250 off your bathroom remodel with a free luxury upgrade and peace of mind with a 24-month money-back guarantee. Call 844-GET-SMART or visit smartchoicebaths.com today.
All right, Sonny Styles, he's at the combine. He's talking to reporters. They have a little scrum up there. You go to the podium, talk a little bit about some different things. A lot of times they ask you what team you want to play for, what you do best. And then you maybe even get some college questions about some of the guys you played for, the guys you played with. It gives you opportunity to answer some of those on your buddies or on your coaches. Here's Sonny Styles. How we can get a chance to listen to him talking about Matt Patricia.
Sonny, with Coach Patricia being a former NFL coach, how did that prepare you for this stage here?
Awesome. Coach Patricia is a huge help. The way he taught the defense, a lot of these rooms I go in, it's similar terminology, so they understand what I'm saying, things like that. Even in this process of training for this moment in the combine, him hopping on Zoom calls with all of us, taking us through like what a meeting's going to look like. He's been such a great help.
Sonny, what is the best trait you bring as a football player?
Best trait. I think I would say versatility. I would say that because in great defenses you look at, there's at least 2 to 3 guys on the defense that can play a multitude of roles.
And he's got that ability, the versatility, very, very key there. One of the things that you probably heard where he said, here's Matt Patricia, he's been getting on Zoom calls with us, tell what the meetings are going to be like. So Matt Patricia sat on the other side of that table interviewing guys for 20 years coming up through the combine. What's amazing, and this is not part of the job description, this is not something you're getting paid to do, and these coaches, they've got plenty on their table. Now is, some of those guys, they invest in their players and they want to help them even after they're done being their players, and they want to get them ready for the NFL combine. They want to get them ready for the NFL to be able to play. And so Matt spent a lot of time hopping on Zooms with some of the defensive guys, talking to them about what's going to happen, how to go about it, how to train, how to prepare, what coaches look for, and just investing in his guys. Your agents sometimes will do that. They'll put together things and they'll want to charge you and tell you it's all this. And listen, it's all well and good. Very few coaches. I've never heard of any college coaches doing that. And I had some great ones. Now, none of them had the NFL experience that Matt Patricia has. And so that, I think, changes the math a little bit on that. So it's really exciting and awesome to hear from my guy, Matt, that he was doing that. And it's Sonny that acknowledged that publicly, because I don't know if many people know that. But that comes down to a guy who cares about his players, loves his guys, loves them in a big way, wants them to be really good, and wants them to make sure they're prepared. Like, they feel like it's a disservice if their guys aren't prepared. And so that's another reason why you should love Matt Patricia. Here's another piece about Sonny, which is great, because this is what everybody for the Buckeye fans wants to know is who's going to be the next great linebacker? Who's the guy coming up? You and Arvell were awesome. Who's going to be coming back, Pat? And so let's listen to him talk a little bit about this.
I would say Peyton Pierce. He's a guy, he's very smart, very physical. He showed his physicality from the jump as soon as he got here as a freshman. He's very comfortable, in terms of in the box, whether it be counter or anything like that, because he was so used to it coming out of Texas. A lot of guys come out of college and they've never seen counter OY or counter OT, things like that. He was used to that. And he showed up early, and I think he's got more comfortable, and he's going to take a huge step this year.
Sonny.
Yeah, and he saw a lot of schemes. He's really smart, man. Peyton's great at diagnosing things. He's got really good athletic ability. He might not be Sonny or Arvell, who are long, super athletic, but Peyton can run pretty well. He's explosive. He's a playmaker. You saw him even against, was that Miami, that he had the punch out on Tony, I believe, or one of the running backs possibly on that fourth down, gets the punch out, does a great job. They get the ball back, or third down when they're down in the red zone. Peyton Pierce making plays, always making plays, but he sees things. He does things very well structurally and fundamentally, understands it of how the game should be played, understands how to interact, obviously, with your teammates, but how the pieces fit. And some guys don't necessarily have that good of ability for that. They don't feel it that well. I mean, my man Schleiks wasn't the greatest athlete in the world, but he had a really good feel for the game and understanding for anticipation and where guys fit and how the blocks all would fit together and where your defensive players want to fit around you. And so it's awesome that Sonny has that, or that he thinks, and he sees that in Peyton, because it's a really, really cool trait. And it's something that's hard to teach when you have that great feel like it, just like it's hard to teach speed or height. So that is tremendous. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We got some headlines coming up next, some big headlines in the world of college football. I didn't think that we'd be getting to this today, but or we'd take this long to get to this today, but it could be some big changes coming in the world of college football with how they're ultimately going to call some of these penalties and some of the stuff that goes on afterwards, if you will, some of the disciplinary actions and what that looks like moving forward. But first, we got a message from our friends over at Backer. That's bckr.com, bckr.com. Some of the best gear you're going to find. It's the fan gear you didn't know you needed. It looks good. It feels good. And it checks all the boxes. It's got the functionality that you need, all different pockets. It's got the features. It's the highest quality apparel that you're going to get. They've got all kinds of outerwear right now, starting to take it to the next level outside of the coats and everything. I know they're excited that they've been working through some different quarter zips and some fleece stuff that's super high end and going to feel really good. So when you wear it to the game, you want to golf in it, do whatever. Backers got you covered. They've got it all there as they continue to expand their product offerings. So go to bckr.com, bckr.com. Use promo code Bobby, all caps, for an additional 10% off. Our friends over at Backer, they're crushing it. So go to support them like they support the Bucks. All right, we'll take a quick break. We got our headlines and some big news in the world of college football coming up next.
Every winning play starts somewhere. For you, it could be with us. At Smart Choice Bash, we bring the showroom to you with no pressure and no long sale pitches. Just real options that fit your home and budget. This is your opportunity to have the bathroom of your dreams. Right now, you can get $12.50 off your bathroom remodel with a free luxury upgrade and peace of mind with a 24-month money-back guarantee. Call 844-GET-SMART or visit smartchoicebash.com today.
All right, thanks to everybody tuning in today. Solo shows aren't my favorite. Don't necessarily love them. And so we got our tailgate talk coming up next. Give me some questions. Let's get some stuff that we can have dialogue with and talk through. So I really appreciate it. Steele had to practice, so he's out there busy earning a living as well, doing some other things with everything that is there. All right. We've got our headlines are brought to you by our friends over at Smart Choice Baths. They've officially arrived here in our city. They're kicking things off with a massive win to celebrate the new division. They partnered with me and Big Play to give away a complete bathroom remodel valued up at over $10,000. We're talking a brand new shower tub installed for free, no purchase necessary. Just go to smartchoicebaths.com or scan the QR code right there on the screen to enter at smartchoicebaths.com. Get it on this before the prize period ends. And don't let your bathroom sit on the bench any longer. How about that? All right, here is the headline for today. Been a lot of rule changes in college football. Not many people like a lot of them. It's been the portal. It's been all kinds of different things. Portal, there's obviously been NIL, on-field stuff. They put in the 2-minute timeout. They've changed the clock functionality at the end of the game. They've changed some of the touchback stuff off of kickoffs. Done a lot of things. Do people like it? I don't know. I don't really think so, largely. Some of the things haven't been as polarizing as other stuff, but some of the rule changes. How about this? Throw this up, Pat. NCAA Rules Committee may get rid of the targeting carryover suspension. So right now, if you get flagged for targeting, it's reviewed. Even if you don't get flagged, they can go back and review it. Now, they can say it's not targeting or whatever. I guess they can maybe overturn the suspension, I think. I don't think you can. Actually, you can't. If you get a targeting call in the first half of the game, you miss the rest of that game. If you get a targeting penalty in the second half of a game, whether it's the first play of the second half or the last play of the game, you miss that second half, and then the remainder of the first half in the following game. And so people always say, like, that's heavily punitive. And I've said, well, why the heck do they do that? And we start talking about the fact that you could review it in between. There's sometimes you look at that and say, that wasn't targeting, and you're going to throw this guy out, not for just this game, but the next game as well, the first half. Crazy. Doesn't make any sense. And especially with some of this targeting, you look at it, I think that there should be two ways to get suspended in targeting. Number one, there's stuff that's clear and egregious. I mean, I call it, ultra offensive. The 15 yards is punitive enough, but if you're going to eject a guy from a game, it has got to be blatant. It can't be, oh, I hit the shoulder, I slid up to the head, hit him in the face, or, hey, I'm running, I'm going to hit him in the waist. The guy ducks and moves his head in front of my helmet. I don't know what you want the guy to do. Forcible contact to the head, neck region. Get out of town. I want to be as safe as possible for everybody, but at some point in time, you have people running full speed, and it's really hard. So if it's not something that is obvious, clear and obvious, something that is defined as blatant, you want to give them a flag, okay. I know that still impacts games. Should we be kicking players out? At that point, I don't think so. I'm not a fan of ejecting somebody for that when it comes to the targeting suspension. I don't think that that's warranted. I don't think that it's prudent. I don't think that it's fair. Frankly, I know fair doesn't have anything to do with it. Deserve it ain't got nothing to do with it, but they don't deserve a suspension there. All right. The second piece I think you should have is if you're a repeat offender. You get two, we'll call them the flagrant ones in a game. All right, well, then my dad would always say, you're somebody where trouble finds you. Okay, and it's all right. It's all right. It's part of it. But I think if you have that two delineation where, hey, you get two kind of questionable calls, then okay, then you get suspended. You get one obvious call. That's crazy. You get suspended. And I think that'll clean up a lot of stuff. Everybody remembers going back. I mean, everybody, all Ohio State fans remember going back to the Shaun Wade situation in the Fiesta Bowl against Clemson. Ohio State has all the momentum. They send Shaun Wade on a blitz off the edge. Bam, takes down Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is ducking as Shaun Wade is going to hit him. It's not an egregious penalty. It's not something that is over the top. It's not something that looks like it was intentional to try to maim Trevor Lawrence outside of it being a good physical hit. That's kind of the end of it. Well, it's targeting. First down, 15 yards. Shaun Wade's ejected from the game. Trevor Lawrence is nicked up a little bit, but he's fine. And he goes on to play. Ohio State goes on to end up losing. Now, is that why Ohio State lost the game? No. I don't know if there's any one play that I would put in there that says that's the reason why they lost. But I think that there were things that happened in that game, and that being one of them, probably 5 or 6 plays you could string together and say if one of those plays goes the other direction, Ohio State wins that game. And I know that that's true for a lot of fan bases in a lot of places. So the fact the Arvell 2024 ejection versus Nebraska, also awful targeting call. You start looking at it, what did you want the guy to do? So you get these awful targeting calls. They happen. That's the way to eliminate it. Clear and obvious, blatant, get them out. You get 2 strikes if you're somebody that has 2 incidental ones. Because I don't know too many guys in a football game that get 2 potential targeting calls. So I think that that's going to eliminate a lot of the ones that are unintentional or aren't severe. And you look at that, and a person of sound mind and judgment can look and kind of justify it and feel like they could adjudicate the intent a little bit. So that would be great. We'll see ultimately how that's changed and what that looks like, and if they get that passed, because that was just proposed. People were just talking about it. I would like to see it done. but we'll see how long it takes. The NCAA has moved historically at a glacial pace. This might be something that they're starting to push stuff a little faster to get over here and get at it so people can enjoy it and watch their football games they love. There is another rule that they're looking at too. They want to throw that up and get to the other one. Probably not quite as sizzle. They also want to start penalizing short shorts. What does that mean? You got Daisy Duke out there running around. It's the by rule, your pads and shorts have to cover your knee. Now, anybody that's watched NFL football, raise your hand. Yeah, you see it. I see guys' knees out there on the field. College football, same thing. They made rules where you had to wear pads in your pants now. In the NFL, you don't have to. There's certain safety stuff. Although I think they have leaned back into that a little bit more, where you have to do it. But yeah, they're penalizing the short shorts. It's against the rules right now. They just don't enforce it because no ref wants to drop a flag on somebody and says, "Hey, I can see your knees." The number one offenders are kickers because you know why? They don't get hit at all. They get hit, so they don't want to deal with it and worry about it. So I get that. That's another piece of what's going on. Yeah, the short shorts. This is something that if you're going to have a rule on the books, you need to learn to enforce it. If not, it's not really a rule. It's a suggestion. And hopefully if they think it's that important, they've gone past the point of suggestion. I've always been, an independent opportunist when it comes to risk. Everybody has their own risk profile. I'm not going to be a moralist and tell you what's good and what's bad. I'll tell you what I think you should do. I'll tell you what I would like to think I would do. With a lot of decisions, good or bad. And believe me, I made plenty of bad decisions. And if you want to go out there and not wear hip pads, not wear pads in your legs, you want to pull your pants up above your knee, who am I to stop you? All right? It's individual liberties right here. Should you have a right to do that? Maybe. I don't know. But I don't think it's something that, I don't want to see guys getting penalized for. I think this is going the wrong way. This is green. This is red arrow down, NCAA. We're talking about, now we're just enforcing a rule that's already on the books. We passed it. I remember they passed a handful of years ago, and you occasionally will see somebody get a penalty for it. But it's not something they like to penalize because it's not something that impacts the game. Now, it does protect you probably some and from getting hit, so that's a win. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. I'm a big believer in personal freedoms. Go ahead. You want to do that? Let it happen. Get your knees banged up. See if I care. But we'll see. Monitor those rules. Those are just being talked about. We'll see, I guess, if the targeting stuff passes, and then if they decide to enhance the enforceability. We used to have a uniform guy who would stand over there by us and watch it. And he'd be like, "Hey, I need a little more white. I need to do this or that, like with your socks and the blend of the white to the color." In Dallas for me was blue. So he said, "Hey, I need more blue carp or I need more white carp." And then what they do is they send you a $5,000 fine if not. That was the first one. Second one is 10. It just kept going up and up and up for like not wearing your socks appropriately or not having these pads in the right way. So whatever. If you want to get hurt, go ahead. Don't blame me about it. I don't want to cry. Hear you crying. All right, let's take a break. Coming back, we have our tailgate talk. We answer your questions. So fire them away in the chat. Some of your comments. We got some good ones in there. Can't wait to talk about that as well. You don't want to hear me talk anymore than you ultimately have to either. So throw them in there, and we'll get to them here coming up next.
Every winning play starts somewhere. For you, it could be with us. At Smart Choice Bash, we bring the showroom to you with no pressure and no long sale pitches. Just real options that fit your home and budget. This is your opportunity to have the bathroom of your dreams. Right now, you can get $12.50 off your bathroom remodel with a free luxury upgrade and peace of mind with a 24-month money-back guarantee. Call 844-GET-SMART or visit smartchoicebash.com today.
All right, tailgate talk. Answer your questions here. Ooh, question. Age limit for college football players. Before I get to that, Is that Jose, I believe, in the chat says it's Steele at practice today. So if you watched the beginning of the show, you hopped in. Yeah, Steele, we started at when we started 12:30. So we have AJ. AJ couldn't hop on today because he's with McAfee, and they started live at noon. He was on with him. But yeah, Steele literally did the first 5 minutes or so from the locker room. So if you ever wanted to inside, take a look in there and see what the locker room's like, go back and watch the beginning of the show. If you missed any of it, I encourage you to go back and watch it anyway. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, they've got Steele in there, and he's got his earbuds in, and he's talking to us. And yeah, just LIVIN. And I told him, be careful. Don't be showing any naked dudes in the back. So we had to be careful about that to make sure that wasn't going to be the case. And it was a big show for him because he said it was White Boy Wednesday in the locker room. He was lobbying for that. It's where they listen to some form of country music or something that's not rap on the radio. So White Boy Wednesdays, they got that. Emily asked in the chat earlier, she was talking about the combine. Anyone ever attended the combine? Is it any fun from a fan point of view? Well, I don't know if you've ever had kids and you've gone to like these Nike Spark camps or whatever, or gone to like showcases. If you enjoy watching dudes run around and ooh and on, yeah, it probably is fun for you. Do it at night. I don't know if they sell beers there. I don't know why they wouldn't. It's a made-for-TV event now. They literally changed the workout portion from the morning to the evening. Why would they do that? Well, when are more people at home watching TV at night? So they NFL found a way we can monetize this to a greater degree. Find a way to put this on live in prime time in living color for you right there. So that's what they got going. So is it fun from a fan's perspective? If you enjoy doing that, yeah, I think it's all right. Like I wouldn't mind going. You sit there, you watch guys run the 40. It's dead silent. Then you watch guys go through the drills. Like everyone thinks the 40 be the best, but it's super quiet when you're watching, and they put the numbers up on a screen so you can see them, and that's fun to me. But like the other position drills, watching guys move around, do drops, go through bags, that to me is probably a little bit more entertaining. But it doesn't have the sizzle of watching somebody run 40 yards in less than 5 seconds and what that ultimately looks like. For coaches, like former players, front office, scouts, people like it for a different reason. They like it because it's like a big reunion. So everybody, members of the media, everyone gets together and they go out there. And I may head over for some time here at some point. Just because you get dinner together, you have drinks, and people tell a lot of stories, catch up, what's going on. It's where people go to get jobs, filing in here and there, seeing what's open, what's still available, and just talking to different folks. So it's a good time. It's packed over there at Indy. It's all downtown. Hotels are probably pretty expensive, but you could probably get one on the outskirts of the city, like on the perimeter, and Uber in. Maybe drive in and park. The thing for me, I don't know if I'd be stay out late with those guys. I don't know if I'm driving home. I'm probably going to Uber back out and do that. But that's it might be the play. May head over there at some point. I know my guy Schlegs is heading over there, and look at that. Matt Ginn from New York. Matt Ginn, NY, assuming New York. Should we get rid of non-playoff bowl games? I don't know about all non-playoff bowl games. I think if we stay in that 12 to 16 team window, I think there's a pathway to have another 15, 20-ish bowl games. Hell, I need football to watch during my time in December. You take that away, what the hell are we going to put on, man? I can only watch – I love Christmas movies. Don't get me wrong. I can't watch bad ones, though. I've got like a staple of 4 or 5, maybe 6 that'll sit down. There's some classics like The Grinch that I always like to watch. It's a Wonderful Life. It's Christmas Eve. There's the funny ones. I can watch Christmas Vacation over and over again. 4 Christmases. I'm probably leaving. Family Man is a good one that I just started diving back into. Again, of what your life can ultimately be like. And I love the juxtaposition of what your life could be versus what it is. Those are fun ones. But yeah, I can only watch like a handful of those. So I would much rather go watch bowl games. Now, like I said, I don't know if we need 30 some of them. Could probably cut that in half. You get the big ones with the schools that are playing. You pay these guys to play there, and hell, give them an NIL thing to the team that wins. They get a bigger cut. How about that? How about that? There we go. We're solving problems right now as we kind of dive through all this. Any other questions here? I'm aware that several NFL offers. They decided, so Matty P decided Ohio State's the place he wanted to be. I think he could have probably found some stuff in the NFL should he wanted to. From Joe, here's a great question. I would love to be at the pro day at the Woody. From a guy that's been at probably 15 pro days, the Woody, participating in one, watched a couple more as a player, student, like as a teammate of the guys. And then I've probably been, maybe been closer to 20 because I've been at probably the last 10 almost for sure, if not 15. It's fun. Now, the problem is with the Woody, it's not a stadium, so you don't have the vantage point to be able to watch and look down and see. But that's fun too. The cool part is watching all the head coaches that come in and like the GMs, like who are the big dogs. Yeah, you're going to get a coach from just about every team there. Like all 32 teams are going to be represented. But like especially in a draft like this, you're going to have some D coordinators for all the defensive guys. You're going to have some head coaches. They're going to be there too. Some receivers coaches for Cardinal Tate. When you have a quarterback, that's when you get like 4, 5, 6 head coaches. We might still get a couple head coaches, but some teams, you get this whole contingent where they'll bring in like 6 or 7 guys. They'll fly in, with everybody, owner, GM, all of it. So always fun to watch, always fun to kind of see that too. So that's a great point as well. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with some parting thoughts and side nuggets for me. I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad. It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American, and so can you. Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer. All right, welcome back into the program as we wrap this up. Oh, man, a lot of good stuff going on. I know I've talked a lot about the Johnny Gaudreau situation and USA Hockey and everything that they've done and watching those guys celebrate and doing an awesome job with that. But one of the other cool, really, really cool things that you see happen, they're going there and celebrating in Miami, is that $150,000 bar tab, which you get, 20-some guys, and they go hard and party together in an expensive city. But it was awesome to watch you get picked up by Pat McAfee. And I'll get into that more here later this week, just what kind of guy Pat is and got some stuff. But watching Pat McAfee pick up that bar tab and hearing about that, man, that's what it's all about. Going and supporting those guys. There it is. Supporting them. Picked it up. $150,000 in champagne, tequila, vodka. Who knows what else they were consuming right there to help get it done for them. But that is my man Pat is a great human being. He loves our country, loves all the people in our country most of all, and loves to be able to give back. He always says he's been very blessed and just wants to be fortunate to help share those blessings. And he shares them very, very well. He is selfless, to say the least. All right, that's it for this edition of the program. Hopefully I'll steal back tomorrow. Bill Bender will be joining us too here on the Bobby Carpenter Show.